Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Nico, Carmen, and Hansen here from Burn One, and we're going to go over Hansen's 8 Gates Summer Pockets list that he played for the most recent tournament that we had. It's not the Invitational, but it's just the Burn One tournament that we held. Hansen placed second place, running what I would call a pretty non-meta deck. So I'm curious to kind of hear his thoughts on it. So why don't we just kind of go in here? Hansen, go over kind of like the quick rundown of what you got here for the deck list.
Uh, yes. So as we can see, I'm playing the level 1 Umi combo into the level 3 Miki top end, and the deck runs 8 doors, and we can go through some specific card by cards if we want. But the general gist is you play a level 1 salvage combo into a level 3 top end that plans to burn your opponent multiple times.
So I guess I forgot if we got this on stream or not, but you said you thought that this deck was actually pretty strong, right? People were kind of sleeping on it. You want to kind of elaborate on that? Why you think that before we kind of deep dive this?
If we just look at the level 3 Miki combo on it kind of looks whatever. It's an on reverse burn one top deck. But if you combine the Miki level 3 combo with the level 0 Miki and Hari card, then you can actually manage to burn 4 or 5 times during your finishing turn, and that's actually really strong, and people often overlook the extra burns in the memory, and it can actually throw people off guards when you're playing the game.
So I know I was personally surprised by the fact that Japan kind of went to Shiki as opposed to this, just because I know from their playstyle in general, I was like, dang, dude, this is on a healer. It's got anti-backup, so it's pretty non-interactive in a sense. It's on a gate trigger too, but for the longest time, everybody was just on Shiki just because I guess they thought Shiki was that broken.
I mean, yeah, Shiki definitely looked interesting, and it was the pushed combo for the set. But when I was testing Summer Pockets, oftentimes I felt there are a lot of games that you just feel really bad playing Shiki, especially when you're pushed to level 3 first and your opponent's still in mid 2.
Yeah.
Shiki just doesn't get there.
Yeah, she doesn't really have any push. She's more of a close from 3-0 kind of card. I know when Summer Pockets was first revealed, Rentaro and a couple other players were shilling Shiki pretty hard, and I think that carried all the way through the set's popularity. The things didn't get explored probably as much as they should have.
Yeah, for sure. And then once we head into 2021, we got more and more better sets, so people just stopped playing Summer Pockets altogether.
Yeah, we also got a lot more standby stuff, or stuff that supports standby. We're pushing the meta towards standby, so it makes sense that a deck like this that can hit really big power whenever it needs to would be pretty attractive.
Yes.
Alright, I think we can jump right into the cards here.
Mm-hmm.
We got 4 of the clean cut here. It's pretty, what is this, REM profile? You just
yes, it's the on-play top check if you hit a Summer Pockets character gains a level in 1500. And yeah, on reverse clean cut.
Pretty standard. This card's pretty bonkers. Works really well with the Biker Boy and stuff.
Yeah.
Works really well with Biker Boy, Brainstorm, pretty much almost all your level 0s.
The Shizuku pump. The Shizuku pump is really good with this card too.
Yes, the Shizuku pump actually helps this card a lot because I am playing 6 events in the deck, and you do whip your top checks from time to time, and the Shizuku pump actually just helps.
Man, from time to time, man, that's what, 33% of the time? A little under 33% of the time? That's pretty good. That's actually kind of oof.
Mm-hmm. But you see your Shizuku power pump often enough that it usually doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we can move up to the next card here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The next one's just a generic 4K. You cannot play events or backups.
Okay, so this card, dude, I know you have to run it because it's a Miki name, and 4Ks are still kind of like okay-ish in the meta, but I feel like this card has like trolled me so many times, especially when I'm just like, all right, I gotta play Summer Pockets to mill out my deck. Oh wait, no, this card is on the stage. I can't do that.
I mean, yeah, like those times can feel bad, but like I
still
do feel like
you have to play
4Ks are still like actually playable in the meta because like you have a lot of stuff that scales to 3K5 really easily, but like people actually have to work for it to like scale over 4Ks.
Except Kaguya.
The way that your turns play out, like 0 into 1, even if this card lingers, because the Umi is salvaging your Summer Pockets events for mill later, since that card is delayed typically, unless you just happen to open them, it's probably not as big of a problem most of the time. It can definitely come up because this is White Schwartz.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
Alright, next card. Pretty big part of the deck.
Biker Boy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a biker boy. Yeah, if you have 2 or less memory, you can pay 1, send it to memory to look at 3 cards and add a Summer Pockets character. And at the start of your encore phase, if you have 2 characters with Miki in name, you can pay 3, discard a card to burn 1 to your opponent.
This card's really sick.
It is.
Obviously works well with Clean Cut, and works actually really well with one of our early plays that we can talk about later. I feel like because I've played this deck too, because I really like the list you made. Having Umi send this card to memory, like feeling what's almost like a free clock in a sense. Like clocking this card and sending it to memory with Umi can feel really nice.
Wow, it's just like the old Summer Pockets deck. You would do that play all the time.
Yeah.
You clock the eye and send it. It's the exact same play. It's still good.
Yeah.
Pretty simple though. You play it because it gives you that extra push at end game, and you know, deck speed, good synergy with Clean Cut, good card all around. All right.
In general, one of the other things
to
kind of bring up a little bit on this card for the level 3 Miki, not the finisher one, the one we talked about earlier. This card kind of like enables you to always have like that little bit of extra oomph if you need it. If for whatever reason you can't dig up your combo, which feels really nice.
Yeah, the fact that it's not tied to the combo, it's just 2 or more Mikis on stage.
Yep.
Is pretty nice. All right. 3 of this Shizuku on play. Pump one of your Summer Pockets characters 1500 power. Give it Curry trait. That's pretty funny. Then on attack, pump another 15. That is 3K off 1 card. That is a lot of power.
Yeah, and you can split the 1K5s wherever you want.
Yeah. I feel like this card actually just randomly puts in so much work in this deck.
Like, yeah, your Clean Cut needs reverses, your level 1 combo needs reverses, your level 3 combo needs reverses. Yeah, like, this card just gets you there.
Yeah, the fact that this card can push your level 1 combo to like 11K if you dump everything on it is really, really nice.
Hit over anything you need.
Yeah.
Another strong but simple card.
Yep.
All right.
Well, then we have the classic.
Yep.
Yeah. The Shiroha Brainstorm. On play, you look at the top card of your library, and you can leave it on top or mill it, and it's just also a salvage Brainstorm.
Card Brainstorms are pretty good from what I hear.
The effect's always relevant. This is like the best generalized brainstorm, like one of the best generalized brainstorms out there. Like you could slap it in any set, and they'd be happy to have it. Always good.
Always going to have like 1 or 2 of this on the board because you also need the trait condition.
I was about to say time trait is important for the deck, so the fact that this is also time is just another feather in its cap.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, next card, the level 1 combo. This
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, discard during your turn if you have another Summer Pockets character. It's a 107K. And Climax Combo was the Door Climax. On reverse, you can salvage a Summer Pockets character, and then you can pay the cost, which is discarding a Summer Pockets character. You get to salvage another character or the Summer Pockets event. Like,
Pretty nice.
Yeah, it is pretty nice. It's not as amazing as you would think, because I think the event would be a lot more impactful if it was something like a torch, because all the event is camera.
Yeah, but it's still good enough.
Yeah, it's still fun.
It gives you deck speed. It gives you hand fixing. And most importantly, the combo is actually like really big.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
can continuously like the fact that you can just like pump this to, like we said earlier, 11k with a Shizuku, and then the Umi support, not the Umi. What's her name?
The Nanami support.
Yeah, the Nanami support can also make this card pretty big too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, surprisingly, this deck can actually find reverses even against kind of like Wally decks with its level 1 combo, which is really, really nice.
Really good for the games where you hit level 1 second, and then even if you don't have combo to follow up, the card is like a very, very reasonable beater to try to win field the following turn, even if you're not comboing. All right, next we got the Summer Pockets event. It is a camera. You look it up to 4 from the top of your deck, take a Summer Pockets character, ditch the rest. Modular deck speed.
Have you considered playing any of the other ones? I know we can't really play the blue because we don't really play blue.
Yeah, like I've thought about playing the yellow ones. Like the yellow one would give you better selection, but it costs a stock, which is like
which can be rough in this deck. Yeah.
Like you want to like pay.
What was that, Hansen? I don't
like.
I got that.
Yeah, so sometimes you want to pay your stock to send the biker boys to memory, and like you don't always have the excess stock to play the Yellow Summer Pockets event.
Yeah, that's true.
This one's free. Is really important.
And if we do realize I am playing 0 yellow cards.
Yeah, no yellow. So you'd have to change up something pretty dramatically.
Yeah. I don't actually think so. You can... I guess so. I was like, yeah, you can probably just fit in like 4 of the Shirohas and then just like replace the event with the Summer Pockets event, and you can maybe kind of do it. But yeah, I can see that at that point
the stock's rough.
Yeah.
That one does also give power too, which would be interesting. I don't know. Was somebody out there? Try it out. Let us know down in the comments. All right, next card. This is probably the spiciest card in your deck. I think this is a card I've seen no one but Hansen play in this deck. So take it away, Hansen. Red pill me on this card.
All right, so this Nanami reads when your other time character or characters with Summer Pockets in name is placed from hand to stage, it gains 1k power for the turn. And when your character triggers a climax, you can pump a character 2k for turn.
So why this? Hold on. Maybe I'm thinking of the color that's wrong. Was the 1/0 support that lets you look at your opponent's deck? Is that red or yellow?
It is red.
That card's red.
Okay. Why?
But that's only a 500 pump, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's assist 500.
Like this card gets your Umi level 1 combo to 8k without CX, which is like which helps you scale over 1175s.
Mm-hmm.
It gets your early play to 11k, which gets over a lot more stuff, and also it helps your Miki finisher like guarantee reverses.
Yeah, because that card has Summer Pockets in name, so a little bit of extra pump. And
it's time trade too, which is nice.
It is also time trade. Also, the 2k powers can also just sometimes like sack you reverses.
Yeah, that's really nice. The fact that it's time, and because you have the camera, you don't have to like mash on double brainstorm like old Summer Pockets had to sometimes. Yeah. So like you have other deck speed tools. You don't have to use brainstorm.
Like also one thing that's pretty funny is like when you're crashing into Oberos, like but if you have this Nanami on board, it can sometimes your opponents might just like choose to bounce instead of like letting you crash. Because they're afraid of the 2k power.
Yeah, because you could trigger and just randomly be over them. The 3/5. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right, next we got the Owl Shimakai. Yeah, this is a really cute card. On play, it has the 5 or more cards in memory. You memory dump all but 4. You players choose. And then it is a 500 power times your field, so Shimakai, to another character.
So extra power pump.
Yeah.
I think the memory effect is kind of becoming less relevant, but it's still all right.
Yeah, like it's played mostly for the power pumps, and like occasionally when the memory effect comes up, it helps you win those games.
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
Next card.
2 copies of the money counters.
Oh, it's this card. Okay.
Yep. If you have 5 or more Summer Pockets characters, this is a money counter, and then you can pump the defending character 1k5 power.
All right, Hansen, sell me on this card. I
Well,
don't think this card's good. You got to sell me on it, buddy.
so as we all know, the finisher in this deck blocks off counters, and that often means you win lanes. And another big thing is, because since this finisher is free, you would always have 3 stocks for your money counter.
Yeah, as long as you're not
I
paying
feel
for
like
the
a lot-
Mickey
I
effect.
was like, I feel like a lot of the times you're kind of going all in with like the extra burns from the biker boy.
Well,
But you have the
the
option.
good thing
You
about
won't
the
have
biker
stock
boy
to
is
follow up with this.
the good thing about the biker boy is, like, you can choose to burn or not at the start of your encore phase, and if you're clearly not killing your opponent, you might as well like just dial back and
Yeah, and
try
then
and live
you,
another turn with the money
the
counter.
money. And your combo heals, so you're stabilizing.
Mhm.
I do actually think though that I know for me anyway, I feel like it's come up the board condition, having the entire like the full board condition has come up for me a lot. And I think that's almost not like I know for me, that's kind of like what makes me hate this card is like the full board condition because I feel like I always randomly lose like one lane.
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
I never like
definitely.
throw
You
out
definitely
something.
have to work for the full board condition, and that's why I play like so many power pumps to try and.
Facilitate that
No,
board
that's
winning.
kind of what I'm saying though. It's like I feel like a lot of the times, like you, for example, your Shimikai, right? Like
Yeah.
let's say your opponent has like a level 3 board, your
Mhm.
Shimikai is probably crashing when you're trying to
Yeah.
push those reverses. So you can't then meet the full board condition, which is
Yeah.
why I'm saying I'm not really super sold on this card.
I guess in the worst case scenario, like sometimes you can side with your green level 3 Miki for like still 1 damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that
Yeah.
card can pump soul.
Mhm.
And it's not
We can
stock
talk-
costed, hand costed.
Mhm. We can talk more about that card.
It
in a
is
bit.
hand costed. The soul pump is hand costed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Next card, another defensive counter. We have the Miki tap counter. So you pay 5 overall and discard a Summer Pockets character, and then you can rest one of your opponent's characters. Good defensive tool. It's also a Miki. I know when I've played this deck, I have played this card to the field simply for Miki name on follow-up turns to activate my biker boy again. Some nice, like, added synergy, but the defensive effect is enough of a reason to play it.
Yep.
Mhm. Like if you've been playing Mushoku Tensei, like you would know that this card's just really good in that deck. It
Mm-hmm.
works similarly in this deck as well.
Yeah, really good defensive option.
Mhm.
Next card.
It's a 2/1 Tsumugi. It gains 6k power against level 3s, and it has a climax combo that is not relevant.
Hold on, I haven't actually read this climax combo ever. What does this do?
Yeah, it clock
Oh, it's
kicks.
a clock kick? What the hell? Okay, yeah, sure, dude.
Yeah, we only play it for the level 3 kill effect.
Mhm. Like our early plays aren't the biggest thing ever, so like sometimes you might need to like swing over 13ks.
Yeah, and this just lets you do that. Kill
Yeah.
early plays that are too big for Umi. Speaking of Umi, got this 2 or less climax
oh,
card
actually,
early
hold
play.
on. Oh, no, I guess you do need green. I was gonna ask you, have you considered just playing the Miki assassin?
Oh yeah, like
Although you need
obviously
to buy the
green
visual
fix
novel to
is
do
a
that.
green fix is a consideration when like
Mhm.
choosing this card, because like we are on the shorter end of green
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah. We don't want to play a lot of them till later, but still, it's a nice option.
Yeah.
The Umi EP, 2 or fewer climax cards early play, and then as long as you have 2 or other time, not including this card, you can choose a character in your clock, send it to memory. Full interaction with this card and the biker boy that we looked at before that has to be in your memory. Clock the biker boy for turn, or if the biker boy is already in your clock, play this down and then heal that card to memory for free, a card that you're going to pay 1 to send to memory anyway, which is pretty nice. Also lets you
and-
send a potential like fourth biker boy, but you're not playing 4, but it would let you cheat another one in.
Yeah, if that ever happens.
Yeah, that would
And-
be ultra sacking.
And the time trade is like really easy to fulfill. Like you always have a brainstorm in the back, and like
You have costless time too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like your level 1 combos time, your brainstorms time, the why do I keep forgetting her name?
The
The
non
spoiler
obvious time.
character. Yeah, the spoiler character's time.
And you have like really good hand fix with your deck, so like you don't have to worry about like not getting them in hand.
Yeah, it's really nice to be able to play this one in this deck as opposed to the other decks that just play the more normal Shiki. Because the extra memory is really nice. Especially since you have the cameras, you can very reasonably like rip through your deck on deck 2.
Yeah.
And actually get value off that memory heal.
Also, like Grisaya is getting more and more relevant, so this card just becomes better.
Yeah, because it dodges anti-heal.
Mhm.
All right. The finisher. Tell us all about it.
Yep. This card on play heal, and if you have the Biker Boy in memory, this card gains 1k power and the ability during this card's battle, your opponent cannot play backups. And Climax combo. When the battle opponent of this card is reversed, have the door climax in your climax zone, you can deal 1 damage and then put the opposing character to the top of your opponent's deck.
Man, I am so glad I bought this card when it was like less than $40 a pop.
Yep.
Did
it's
it go up?
It's like around 150 now.
Oh, wow.
Wait,
I super plus.
There's no way.
I have
Yeah.
4 of this SP too.
We are going to do a UU tech or your UU tech check.
That's
Okay, it's not
insane.
it is not 150, but it is 100, which is pretty bonkers.
That's still more than double. Card's really good. Card's really cute. Art's really nice.
Card's good. Card's got a good profile. It's got a good trigger. That's what I'm saying. I was actually really surprised that Japan like really gravitated towards Shiki when I feel like this is something more that they would play because this is like this heals you. This deals guaranteed damage. It shuts off stuff your opponent can do. So yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I guess one downside is like, well, on its own, the reach
It
is
doesn't get big by itself.
it doesn't get big, and on its own, the reach isn't the biggest thing. But like, people often overlook like how much extra damage you're dealing with the Biker Boy.
Yeah.
And if you attack with one of these last and you get that reverse, you do confirm the burn one
Yes.
for your Miki, which is really nice.
Yep. If you ever hit your opponent to 3/6, they're just dead.
Yeah, they're just basically dead. It makes it so that you only have to get your opponent to 3/6. You only have to deal 6 damage. And you're swinging, if you tri-field this and you have the 3 reverses, which, doesn't always happen because you got to do pumps and stuff like that. You do really only have to get your opponent to 3/6 to kill them. And you have, 4 like packets of 3, one that is split up into instances of 1 to get you there. Which is pretty nice. So you're dealing 3, 3, 3, and then 1, 1, 1 in between, and then the last burn one's guaranteed. You get that reverse.
You also have to think though in there, right? Those ones from the second swing onwards, you only really need to do 2 damage to stick.
Yes,
Because
you're top decking. Yeah, it's a
And
lot
you
more
don't have too many
consistent.
soul triggers, so while you can't really push and like sack as much damage, being able to kind of like you only really need to confirm 2 damage off your other 2 swings is really, really nice.
Yeah, very consistent finishing power. It's a little bit what's the right word here? Like a little bit ambiguous. It's not as obvious how strong it can be with the Biker Boy, but it is very good and very consistent.
Yeah, it's not as like explosive or flashy as Shiki, but it definitely gets the job done.
All right, last card. This card is super sick.
Yep.
Yeah, this is like your. I guess I can explain it. As Miki, it's like an off finisher. It's got a lot of use. So when you play it, you could draw 2, ditch 2. Well, it's not draw 2, ditch 2. It's draw 2, choose 2 cards from your hand and put them face down underneath this as markers. And then you stock the top card of your deck. So it's equivalent to a draw 2, ditch 2 stock top, but the cards, instead of going to grave, they go under this as markers. It also has on attack, you can discard any character to pump it 2k and a soul. It can set up side attacks. It can push for extra damage if you need it. If you're pinged off your opponent's last climax or something like that, and you need to push for big damage to kill, which is really nice. Also, just some extra power. And then the most important effect, when you pay for the cost of the Biker Boy in your memory, you can use markers from this as fuel for that stock cost. So it lets you more reasonably resolve multiple burns to push for game at endgame, which is really nice. While also digging you into your climax. Like the perfect card for this kind of deck. The main reason why the Biker Boy is so great, because you just think, oh, I only get to do it once. Why would I even send more than one? This is why.
This card just accomplishes so many stuff at once. It digs you into your CXs and it pushes damage.
Card not have like an SR. I think
Yeah.
that's actually like the biggest travesty is that a card as good as this doesn't have an SR.
Yeah,
but
that's
the level
actually so
1 Mickey
unfortunate.
combo does.
The art is very nice already, but yeah, it would be nice if the card had a foil. Interestingly enough, I know this effect, sometimes people see it as they can only use the effect once. So you'd have to have multiple to pay for multiple, but that is not how it works, correct? Hansen, you can use both markers?
Yes, you can pay both markers for the same Biker Boy.
Yeah, which is really nice, which is probably because it's like very specific. It only works with this one card. As opposed to being a generalized, you can pop this to pay for stock for effects. It is very directed, so you can use your 2 stock and then only pay 1 for the actual Biker Boy. Super, super.
Yeah.
Here is the list again. Very directed. Only 3 1-ofs here. Everything else, lots of multiples, high consistency. Any other thoughts on the deck while we have it all laid out here again, Hansen?
I mean, I guess one big drawing point to this deck is that the stocks you need for the finisher is actually extremely low because of this green Mickey. You can get consistent 3 to 4 pings for only 5 or 6 stocks. So that is really good.
Yeah, it can run very lean.
It feels like for the most part you can spend your stock kind of as you need it. Just because your finisher is not stock intensive.
Yeah. And you can save those stocks for stuff like rest counters or money counters.
If you really want defensive options open.
All right, so Hansen, hit me with this. So I've drank a little bit, so maybe I'm a little too silly right now and figure it out. But you told me in tournament you were able to beat Symphogear not once but twice easily. Hit me with it. What's the secret? What's the spice? How'd you do it?
All right, so the thing about Symphogear is that they don't actually do anything to you at level 1. You kind of farm each other.
Yeah.
So you actually have decently a decent amount of resources heading into level 2. And then also Symphogear does hit you to level 3 really quick, but they don't actually compress themselves, so you can actually hit them back with your finisher.
And your finisher will help stabilize you as well. So you can kind of play the game from level 3 if you unfortunately get hit up.
The bad part about Symphogear is they don't actually do that well into rest counters or monies.
True.
Yeah, that is true. All right. I think that is all we have.
Do you have any kind of final thoughts on this, Hansen?
I mean, yeah, this deck is definitely underrepresented. So if you like Summer Pockets and want to try out a deck that doesn't play the Shiki top end, definitely give this deck a try.
Yeah. Surprisingly, this is also really easy to max rarity. The deck is actually really cheap to max rarity.
The deck only has 4 SPs.
And they're your finishers. And they're already reasonably cheap. Get a shiny deck for not a lot of cash. Very nice.
One thing is the SPs are kind of hard to find. It took me a while to get 4 copies of the SP. I don't know if there's more.
Got them on release.
Yeah, I got them on release for $40. Feels good, man.
That's exactly why I couldn't find mine.
It is. We did get in there early. All right. I think that's all we have. We will see you guys in the next one. Thank you, Hansen, for sharing your deck.
All right. Sure. Thank you.